Okay, welcome back to Taking Action. I'm Chris Colombo, Anthony Conover, and I hail him as the next up-and-coming handicapper and very good stats man, best in the business.
I'm trying.
2 weeks in a row, 7-2-1, and as usual, the main pick stood up. Those who are interested in it, subscribe to the Juice Reel. It's in the description how to do it.
Yep, in the description. There's a link below as well. All that.
And we got a very good week to go over, and we got a very, how would I say, challenging week next week. This week, actually. But last week was pretty good. We'll be back with you in a moment. Okay, back to Taking Action. Chris Colombo, Anthony Conover. Let's start with last week's picks, which worked out pretty good. I believe I was 7-2.
Yeah, against the spread.
Always against the spread. We hit a bet. Okay, we started off a little weak, but I wasn't really crazy about it, But the Seahawks, the 49ers beat them. And
36-24 on Thursday night.
Yes, and then we had the Jaguars at the Bears.
Well, at the Bears in good old London.
Yeah, I don't, I suggested if you want to go with the under, go ahead. I mean, I don't even know how to figure it out, but this was the first week I think it didn't happen.
Yes, the unders are usually good money in London, but
I just don't know why. But however, I did like the Bears, and what do we see there?
Yeah, that's 3 stars I'm seeing.
I count it. Okay, next time was the Commanders.
Yeah, Commanders at the Ravens. Ravens got the 30-23 victory.
Yeah, I think I even handicapped that down to saying I wouldn't bet that game, but I love the Commanders, but I wouldn't take less than 7.
Yeah, the 7, obviously you got to push there, but it ended at 6.5, so if you waited.
Better than a loss.
Yeah, no, pushes is way better than a loss, at least you're recuperating.
The point is my handicapping is,
Yeah, we're spot on.
Spot on has been. We had the Cardinals at the Packers.
34-13 over there for the Pack. Big win over the Cardinals.
Big win. I had no opinion there. Texans and Patriots.
Yeah, 41-21 victory for the Texans, even without Nico Collins, their number 1 wide receiver. Looked good.
Okay, Buccaneers. What do you see there?
I'm trying to see over your hand. There we go. 3 stars. Bam.
Yeah, 3 stars. What was the score there?
That was a 51-27. That was a roller coaster of a game for a little bit, and then the Bucs took over.
Well, they didn't. Well, they did good.
51-27. That's a big win, especially 51 points in the NFL.
There was a lot of dips in that roller coaster. Not too many ups.
It was like 17-0. Saints came back, and then the Bucs ran away with. It was entertaining to say the least.
Okay, Browns at Eagles.
That would be 20-16 for the Eagles.
What does that say over there?
Is that the under I'm looking at? Yes, it is.
What I call it.
Yes, it is.
It only went under by
a lot.
A lot. Okay, next. All right. This was one of the picks that was one of 3 that was going to come down to our main pick.
Yep.
Was Colts went to plus 2.5 from Colts minus 1.5.
Yeah, that was shocking to me.
I liked them all the way through. I think you see how many stars there.
Yeah, that's 3 as well.
What about that one?
All 4? 4?
Yeah, it's a 4-star. Usually 4 and 5 is what my main pick's going to be. Okay, the score was
20-17 with the Colts, so you went outright there.
Yes, we did. Okay, on to the next. Chargers at who?
That would be the Broncos, with the Chargers getting a 23-16 victory over on that end.
Yep. But 3 stars and the Broncos, you could chalk that as a loss for me. And us. Okay. Little 4 stars over here. What do you call that?
Yeah, that would be 4 stars at the Steelers with the Raiders, and the Steelers got that big 32-13 victory. dominating
Wait, I
fashion.
just found another star there.
Oh, it was 5? Did I miss one?
Okay, there we go.
Miscounting?
All right, we're doing pretty good so far, huh?
I would say so.
Okay. Falcons at the Panthers.
38-20 for the Falcons.
We like the Falcons, but we didn't know exactly where to go with that one.
No, they're a little up and down, but...
Okay, Lions and Cowboys.
I mean, Cowboys are looking rough. That was a 47-9 win for the Lions.
I passed the comment that 52 is a lot of points, 52 and a half. I favored the under, but I don't see any stars or anything there.
I mean, who would have thought that the over-under is 52 and 47 of the points is from one team?
Yeah, okay. Now we got the Bengals. That game opened at 5, went to 3.5, went to 3. And they were playing the Giants at home. And how many stars is over there?
Yeah, that's 4.
That was our pick of the week. Anthony liked it. I gave him a choice of that we collaborated on, but the 3 I was strongest on, which I told you was the Colts, the Steelers, and I like the Bengals a lot. Anthony liked them for handicapping reasons. I liked them because I felt it was fixed.
Yeah, I mean, just on my thought process for it, Giants without their kicker, their actual place kicker, hurt in like week 2. Punter was out in this game. Number 1 pass rusher's out. Number 1 wide receiver's out. I figured that it would be a little bit of a struggle, and Giants didn't really score. So right on that end, Bengals struggled with the scoring, which was a little surprising to me, but came out with the win at the end.
I think they were the winner from the beginning. But anyway, reason being, I've been studying this. That line opened up at Bengals 5. They said 79% of the money was on the Bengals.
Yep.
Why is the line going down?
It's a little fishy.
Very fishy. Not only that, Giant fans inherently, Big Blue fans, are fans, and they bet their team win, lose, draw. They don't care. They bet them.
And it's New York, so there's a lot of them.
And New Jersey.
Yeah.
And it is a betting state where you can bet from your phone, not just at the casino. So, and a couple other things, and, talk around the water cooler was,
A little strange, some would say.
very strange. And moving forward, counted as a win. Anthony handicapped it, and I thought it was choreographed, so we went with it. The other 2, I didn't feel were choreographed. Inherently, I tried to go last year. What I did was try to stay away from the games that I felt were choreographed, because with the line movements, that one didn't make sense. You can always see where people are getting down in a large manner. There's a line move. Okay. Bills, Jets, we watched that Monday night. I thought that was a great game.
Yeah, it was a good game. Definitely a lot of wind in that game, I'll say. Had a big effect out on the game. A lot of missed field goals. I think 2 from the Jets.
Yes, 2.
2 from the Jets, 1 from the Bills, I want to say. Extra point was a little messed up, but the Bills got a 23-20 win there. And then there's some obviously news with both teams that I'm sure we'll get into when we talk about
next week.
Yeah, when we talk about this week. The lines
this week.
So
I'm just gonna say one thing: both teams played their hearts out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Josh Allen continues to.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers played well too. I can't really give him too much grief on that.
Whatever the nonsense was, he came to play football. Okay, week 7, let's go.
Yeah, let's get into week 7, and we kick it off Thursday night football. Broncos at the Saints. Over under stayed 37.5. Saints actually opened as 2.5-point favorites, and now the Broncos are 2-point favorites.
The center's out. It's the second-string quarterback. So you got 2 people that are supposed to be in rhythm, which you saw last week.
Chris Olave, their number 1 wide receiver on the Saints. I believe he left that game with a concussion as well. So you don't know. I'm sure he'll be up in the air for Thursday night, as it's a short week. So could be without a big weapon there as well.
I'm just gonna say this. I favor the Broncos in that game, and now it's become home team underdog, which it didn't start out as that. And I also favor the under in that game. I think the Denver defense is
top 3 defense in the league statistically.
Yes,
so they're definitely.
I'm just gonna say, coming out, this is one of the most challenging weeks to pick.
This is not
2 weeks were challenging. I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize. Last 2 weeks were challenging because there was so many picks that I felt were good.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope everybody else did well. But I only bet one game, and you know what it is because you see it. I favor the under, and I favor the Broncos right now. I don't know who my bets are going to be yet. I'm still gathering information. Let's. What were you saying?
No, I was just going to say, Broncos defense has played well. They don't really put up many points on offense. And obviously with the defense being good, probably a struggle for the Saints to score. Under definitely in play there.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the Broncos, but I do like the under. Okay. What do you see? Patriots Jaguars.
Yeah, over there in foggy London town is the Patriots at the Jags. Total there from 38 to 42.5. Jags opened as 3.5 point favorites. That actually moved to 5.5.
Is that because somebody scored a lot of points last week in London?
I would imagine.
I mean, I don't know.
But the only thing,
is it the teams or is it?
Well, that was the thing I was going to say. I don't know why the total will go up, even if teams did score a lot in London last week, because the Jaguars weren't the team that scored a lot. The Bears did most of the scoring in London. So
right,
and the Patriots never score a lot of points. Well, I think they scored their season high in points this past week, and that was 21. So that's not exactly an offensive machine.
Maybe you could go back to that under because I don't see, if that game was in the United States, I don't see it going over or going up.
I mean, Patriot offense, granted, I watched their games, did play a little bit better with Drake May. That was his first start.
May played good.
Yeah, threw 3 touchdown passes. But I still don't look at it as a very good offense. And the Jags have honestly just struggled all year. I mean, they're 1-5, I believe, for a reason. So interesting that it went up.
My friend Tanner likes that. I like Tanner. He's a good guy. All right. Seahawks at Falcons.
Yeah, that total went from 47.5 to 49.5. Falcons actually opened up as 2.5 point favorites, and it's still there.
Early on, what do you see there?
I'm seeing some stars next to the
Red
Falcons.
Stars.
Yeah.
The only thing better than Red Stars is a Gold Star. It's one of the games I'm considering. It is one of the games I like. Whether I'm going to bet it or not, we got to wait and see. Okay, Titans at Bills.
Yeah, a lot of points in this one. Total or over-under from 43 to 42. But like I said, a lot of points is where the spread comes in. Bills are 8.5 point favorites.
Titans are not playing good ball at all. They're 1-4.
I do believe so. They're coming off a bye. Also, just really quickly, the news with the Bills, they traded for Amari Cooper today. So now they kind of have another wide, a number one wide receiver now, if you want to say.
He's a number one wide receiver.
Yeah. Pair that with Josh Allen and James Cook, the running back, who's been playing very well this year. Definitely got better today, I'll tell you that.
Well, Bills laying 8.5. You don't need me to tell you who the better team is. Bills go crazy at home. They like to run it up.
I mean, Bills Mafia, they're jumping through tables. They're lighting things on fire.
And Josh Allen, too, on the field.
Yeah, no, he's not, instead of jumping through tables, he just plows through people instead.
I don't believe their windows close, and I think he's crashing through, especially now with they're giving him what he needs.
They did need some help on offense, and Cooper's definitely that.
I'm never going to tell you to lay 8.5 points, but let me tell you, it's an appetizing play. Let's go next.
That would be the Bengals at the lonely Browns. That total from 45.5 down to 44, and then the Bengals opened 3.5 down to 4.5. I mean, obviously, it's kind of similar news there. The Bills gain Amari Cooper. The Browns obviously lose him because that's where he's coming from. That offense was struggling already. They were like 0 for 26 the past few weeks on third downs. Fans are calling into radio stations wanting Deshaun Watson gone. The coach doesn't really have control of it because the owner paid him a guaranteed contract. So it's kind of a mess.
Okay, usually I like home team underdogs in a division game.
Oh, actually, that went to 5.5. Did I say that? I'm sorry.
Yes, it's right there, 5.5.
I just want to make sure. 3.5 to 5.5. I want to make sure I got that right. Sorry.
I don't know. Bengals got a gift. They don't seem to be playing in sync.
I thought they'd come out a little bit more fired up. I mean, Giants do have some decent pass rushers even without Thibodeau, so they were...
No, they were blitzing every play.
Yeah, they were getting to Burrow.
And they were going 4 downs wherever they were.
Yeah, no, the Giants went for fourth down, like 4 or 5 times.
I don't think the Browns could do that.
They're lucky if they can get a third down, nonetheless a fourth.
The game scares me. Let's on to the next.
That is the Texans at the Packers. The total there, 48 down to 47. Packers opened 1.5. That actually went to 3 for the Packers.
Okay, I like, in that game, I got to tell you the truth, I like the Texans. I don't know if I'm going to bet them. I mean, I usually stay away from the Giants, but that was a rigged game. let's see what happens. What do you like in the game?
I mean, like you said, if it was, anybody else not named the Texans, it sounds pretty good because they're playing well. They're getting points. It's probably one of the rare situations you'll see the Texans actually getting points because I'm sure they're going to be favored a lot. But yeah, I like the Texans in that game. I really do.
Well, I'm going to see what talks around the water cooler. Okay. All right, let's go into Dolphins at Colts.
Yeah, that's the Dolphins at the Colts. That total from 41.5 to 42.5. And that line stuck right there. Colts minus 3.5. The news here, obviously, I know it's usually important. It's obviously it's very important to us. Looks like Anthony Richardson is going to be back as the starting quarterback. Obviously, he was out with the hip for a little bit, and Joe Flacco, I would say it was playing very well in his absence. But looks like Anthony Richardson will be back in the fold this.
I think Miami had a bye week too, right?
Yes, Miami is coming off a bye.
I don't know if that's going to help him or hurt him. I'm going to tell you, with Joe Flacco, you see.
Yeah, we wrote it down. Flacco.
Yeah, if Joe Flacco's there, I love the Colts. I don't know how Anthony Richardson's come back off his injury.
Especially being a hip, too.
I think a lot of the team has grown to have confidence in Flacco for good reason. And let's see who goes. I'm going to tell you this. If Joe Flacco goes, I love the Colts.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of speak to it almost a little bit. He had a hip injury, Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, double hip replacement.
So, I'm sure that's very, it's definitely not a good feeling with the hip.
It's hard to throw a ball. It's Jimmy. He can pick on me for that, too. All right. But every time it bothers me, I go almost undefeated.
Keep commenting.
Keep commenting.
Big fan.
You get a little more creative,
Who was the one that talked about the under? In the London games, you gave a shout out to last episode, and I think you just did in this episode.
Yeah, Tanner, nice guy.
I saw the comments.
He was one of our first.
I think in the comments too, Tanner said, "I'm going to save this video for the shout out or something like that." I thought that was funny. So shout out Tanner.
Yeah, he's a good man. He's been with us from day one.
We just hit 9,000. Very happy with that. The Lions at the Vikings. It's going to be a good game here. Vikings are coming off the bye. That total went from 48.5 to 50.5, and the Vikings went from 1 point favorites to 2.5 point favorites.
That's a division game. It's going to matter. I think those two teams, I believe the Vikings are undefeated.
Yes, Vikings are 5-0. Lions are 4-1. Lions coming off a huge win against the Cowboys. Obviously, like we said, Vikings coming off the bye.
I'm going to watch that game right now. We'll see what happens. They have two very, very good teams.
Obviously, too, the big thing here, Aiden Hutchinson, the big star pass rusher for the Lions, broke his leg in the Cowboy game.
Yeah, I watched that.
Definitely prayers out to him, but obviously...
Yes, speedy recovery.
Yes, but also, at the end of the day, it also really affects the Lions' defense. I believe he was leading the NFL in sacks, so that's a big piece to be missing from your defense. So just keep that in mind when looking at this game.
Okay, we got the Eagles -4, dropped to 3.5 at Giants.
Yeah, and then that total from 46.5 to 44.5. Division game, as you have written down there.
I try to stay away from the Giants. I didn't last week. Anthony did it for handicapping reasons. If it was just handicapping reasons, I assure you I would not have been on the game. I just have no luck with them. When I need them to cover, they don't. And when they're underdog, they don't cover for me either. And when I bet the other way, they beat me. So I don't. This has been 40 years of this. If you can believe in the
I was going to say it's like the curse.
Jacksonville jinx.
Yeah.
Can't you believe in the jinx?
The Colts can't win in Jacksonville. We can't.
But I don't push a bad envelope. I like to get all my ducks in order, especially the luck. I have to tell you, if the Giants come out in their rivalry, they've always played each other hard, but the Eagles have always owned them.
Yeah,
it's a different team. I tell you, if they do that blitzing stuff and go 4 downs, I think the Eagles are going to have their hands full.
No, I think they will too, because the Eagles definitely have not. We just talked about, or at least I did, how bad the Browns have been recently, and they only beat them by 4 points.
Yeah.
So, they're definitely not, playing the best football in the world.
Okay, Raiders, Rams.
Yes, the Raiders at the Rams, obviously here. I'll wait to get into that situation, I guess. But the Raiders at the Rams, that total open stayed at 43.5, and then the Rams went from 3-point favorites to 5.5-point favorites. I believe they are also coming off of a bye. Raiders still, we'll see who's banged up. Yeah.
Somebody left a comment that I loved the Raiders last year. Yes, I did. I would have loved them this year, but I think they have 16 starters.
I mean, yeah, they got a lot of injuries, starters, backups. I mean, they got to get people from the practice squad. I mean, there's a lot going on there. They don't know who their quarterback's going to be.
I'll just say 7 points is a lot of points against anybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah, actually that went to 7, not 5.5. I apologize.
Yes, it went to 7. Okay, let's move forward to the next game.
All right, that would be the Panthers at the Commanders. That went from 47.5 to 52 on the total, and the Commanders went from 8.5 to 7.5-point favorites.
Oh, that means there's money on the Panthers. I don't see the Commanders are coming off a loss where they didn't get beat bad, but they got beat.
Well. Yeah, they played well.
They played well.
Kept up with the Ravens, who people.
Listen, first couple of weeks they didn't utilize Jamar and Henry.
Yeah, Derrick Henry.
With the read option and the play option and what they're doing to utilize that. He's a tough guy to stop. Jamar, you know what he can do, and they pass him more to him. They're really playing some games with the defense. I don't know defensively how you stop those two every play.
No, I mean Lamar with the read option, he can kill you with the legs. Obviously, RPOs, he can pass. We know he's talented. Zay Flowers had a big game, against the Commanders. Just looking here, he had 132 yards receiving. Derrick Henry had 132 yards rushing. He leads the league in rushing attempts, rushing touchdowns, and rushing yards. So he's got the triple crown right now in that situation.
With Christian McCaffrey out, I would say he's the best running back in the league.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. Especially the way he's playing right now. I mean, you can't really argue against it.
Yeah.
I think he has like 9. I don't know if I might be off, but I think he has like almost 900 yards.
Yes.
Which is insane.
But 7.5 is still a lot to lay with the Commanders. I think they're going to come home and we know they can put up points.
Yeah.
Okay. Chiefs at 49ers. Chiefs opened at 2, dropped to 1. Total went from 47.5 to 46.5.
Yep. Chiefs coming off the bye as well, which Andy Reid historically has been very good off of. Great game to watch, I'll say that.
Well, at 1 point, it's almost like a pick 'em. Very rarely it falls on 1 point, but, it's still a point. Andy Reid is known for utilizing the bye weeks to get his ducks in order. They're not suffering much with injuries at all. The 49ers still have...
No, the Chiefs running back, and then they have 2, the wide receiver they traded for in the offseason, he's on IR. Yeah. And then their other wide receiver hurt his knee going into the bye week. So they're down, I guess you could say they're 1 and 2 wide receivers, and then they're running back on that end.
Then 1 and 2 are out?
Yeah, they're number 1
wide
receiver.
Are they questionable? Or are they
No. Hollywood Brown that they traded for in the offseason was placed on IR going into the preseason, so he's out. And then Rashee Rice, he on an interception, Mahomes went to tackle, hurt his knee, so he's definitely not playing. They think he did avoid like ACL surgery, but he's out.
Yeah, that's a chronic injury. Well, I'm just going to say this: if the Chiefs lost one now, I don't think it would really hurt them, and the 49ers are playing for survival.
No, I mean, I guess
and they're a talented team.
They're hurt
injuries.
too. Yeah. Let me ask you this: do you think it being a Super Bowl rematch adds anything to it for the 49ers?
Yeah, well, listen, every team is going to play the Chiefs harder, even teams that are not very good, because, there's coaching jobs, there's ego. You're playing the world champions. You got Taylor Swift running around, Kelsey running around over there, and, Mahomes sticks his chest out,
Well, I guess I'm saying because the 49ers lost to the Chiefs in this past Super Bowl, you think that kind of adds extra motivation to them?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's an emotional thing. I mean, you played sports as a young kid.
Yeah, that is true.
When you came back and played the team last year at the beaches, you tried to play them harder.
I do. I will never forget Mighty Mites losing in the championship.
Well, when I played, Even if a number 58 hit me hard and he was a different player, I went for that jersey. Just what you do. You got to overcome it. Okay, moving into Sunday Night Football.
A lot of news in this. A lot of news in this matchup.
Yeah, this is like a ping pong match because I like. Come on, let's give it to him.
So Jets at the Steelers, Sunday Night Football. That total stuck at 37. The Steelers went from 1 point favorites to 1.5 point favorites. That's the lines and everything. The news comes that Russell Wilson has gotten the number 1 snaps in practice this week, so it looks like he's on track to start and replace Justin Fields, even though they're 4-2, which is a little confusing.
I'm a big Russell Wilson fan, but I don't understand that.
No, I mean you're 4-2, and it's not like Justin Fields has played bad.
Well, the reports are sketchy, but usually if they're going to make that, Russell Wilson's got to be showing them something in practices. That's got to be superlative.
Yeah, I mean, they said his calf injury is now fully healed, and then he was, like I said, he's taking the number 1 reps in practice, so he's on track to start his first game of the season. Like I said, I'm a little surprised with that.
Give the Jets news.
Yeah, the Jets, just a little something small, end up trading for Devontae Adams today.
That's not small.
No, jokingly small, of course. So yeah, Devontae Adams gets reunited with Aaron Rodgers. And I think the bigger thing is it's not like it's a random wide receiver coming in. They have
history,
tons of history together. I mean, 1,500-yard seasons.
And the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I mean, the offensive Nathaniel Hackett obviously involved with that team. He was the Packers offensive coordinator for a little bit. So,
and they had great success, those two. And like you mentioned earlier, and what we discussed, that it wouldn't be hard for Dante to assimilate into that offense. It's the same.
It's the same. Devontae Adams has been playing with Aaron Rodgers for forever, just not these last couple of years. And then Nathaniel Hackett's there as well, so they can kind of integrate him in an easy way.
I had 4 stars for the Steelers until the news of Russell Wilson and the receiver coming back to home.
Yeah, so I mean,
okay. Let's move forward. Ravens and Buccaneers.
Yeah, one of your favorite things. One of 2 Monday Night Football games.
Yeah, it screws up handicapping in the following week.
Total from 47 to 50.
Not to mention Thursday, not to mention London.
Total from 47 to 50.5. Ravens opened 4.5. That's actually down to 3.5 against the Bucs.
I think the Bucs are a solid team, but like I said, the Ravens, I don't know how to stop that combination and cover the whole field that they could cover. I don't know how you stop them.
No, it's
and if you bring people up to stop them, or you go to blitz them, you're going to leave your secondary wide open.
Yeah, I'm sure that defensive coordinators are having trouble sleeping.
And you're going to stock the middle of the field on them. I got it. I hate to go with a Sunday night game. Well, it's Monday night game. Then the week can make you wait that long, but I lean strongly towards the Ravens. Okay, we have
our second Monday night game of the week is the Chargers at the Cardinals. Total from 43.5 to 42.5. Actually, open pick'em, and now the Chargers are 2.5 point favorites.
Home team underdog, but I think those 2 teams are fairly evenly matched.
Yeah.
They remind me of each other the way they do things.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing stands out there for me.
No, I'm not a too big of a fan of that game.
I'm not saying this is a week I would skip. This is a week that's going to take a lot more consideration before a main pick, and there's not a lot of things jumping out and bite me. Anything for you?
Not jumping out. I mean, like I said, there's definitely games that I think that we're considering strongly, but that one that really looks at you and you grab it right away is definitely not there for me.
For the way I do things also, but listen, it's going to develop. But I will say this, there are some good games to watch this week.
Yeah, no, I'm locked into to Lions, Vikings. I mean, I think you have to be locked into Chiefs, 49ers.
And Ravens, Buccaneers.
Yeah, and then honestly, the Sunday night game, I want to see
the Steelers.
I want to see Russell Wilson. I want to see Devontae Adams. That's the other thing too. Devontae Adams was having that hamstring injury. I wonder if that magically gets better.
Gone.
I was going to say, I wonder if that magically gets better when he.
That's gone. He's a talented receiver.
I mean, no, he's one of the best receivers of this generation.
He's talented. All right, Anthony Conover, you got anything else to say?
No, just wearing the Yankee sweatshirt today. It's the playoffs. I know we always talking football, but shout out. You need this Yankee World Series.
I'd like to see a Subway Series.
I can't handle that stress.
Why would that stress you?
Because then I'm a Yankee fan. If the Mets win, I got to deal with the Met fans. Can't do it.
All the Met fans would come to your house?
Not come to my house. I know a lot of Met fans, so I'm sure that they would be in my phone.
What's the difference? New York can't lose then.
I can lose.
It's not like the Giants and the Jets. They really belong to New Jersey.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Terrible stadium, too.
Horrible stadium.
Very ugly and very difficult to get into and out of.
I bought my first set of skis there. The ski sale, Bromley's, they had the big thing, A good place to buy skis. But anyway, other than that, horrible stadium. And I did see Meatloaf there.
Okay.
All right. I think that's all we have to say for some of the comments. The one that stood out, the Seattle playing 3 games in 11 days. We didn't pay as much attention to it as we should have.
Yeah.
But I think we mentioned it because we always go through the schedules last week, this week, next week, and the week after. Especially they're putting the lines out a week early. I don't know if they put them out today, though.
I looked today. They don't have the lines out for the week after yet.
No. What other ones? My friend with the rice patties, my brother, we chewed up. We spilt our blood in the same mud and chewed the same dirt. I'll give you a quick story. A lot of guys say that the old timers can't handicap, but we invented it. And all the things that you see now, we invented it. And in fact, actually, the computer system we perfected and invented. I'll give you one story. There's a thing that's still called today. They call it in Vegas. If you take every hockey score, add it up, it's called a grand salami. So how we gave that name, and I did, there's 2 things that I named: the sweetheart teaser and the grand salami. A friend of mine, Randy, was a Jewish fellow, loved Jewish salami, and he used to like to watch the hockey games and eat his Jewish salami. So I said, can't you just give me an under and over on all the games because you're not on it so I could be interested in hockey? And I called it a grand salami because that was his code. And it stuck. The other one was a sweetheart teaser because used to get 5 points actually 10 points, 5 on each team rather than the 6 points. And like if it was 3.5, you didn't round up. So he asked, can't you round me up, which was to my advantage because pushers lose. I'm going to have the 6 points. I thought it was worth it. And I said, you're a sweetheart, so you can have a sweetheart teaser. And it stuck with it. If you look in there, I know that in the computers you don't have access to administration, but every other Don Best, you name it, whatever's known for the computer program to give you the sports betting and the lines is you go into administrative. Their name is still the grand salami and the sweetheart teaser. So I believe my friend with the rice paper would remember that. Very few do, but I thought it was an interesting story.
I do find that interesting.
Yeah,
not a big salami fan though.
Depends on the salami.
Fair enough.
Jewish salami I was never crazy about. Pastrami, yes, but Jewish salami, no. Now Italian or Donny salami, I could go for. All right, Anthony Conover, Chris Colombo, thank you for the time. Good luck this week. You will get our pick. Good luck. God bless. And Jimmy, keep the nasty comments coming in. Best form of revenge, success. You'll just have to wallow in failure. That was cool. I apologize. No, I don't. He really got him very, very nasty. And he cursed too. I don't like that.
No, you don't.
I don't.
Yeah. Good luck. Appreciate everybody watching. Subscribe to the Juice Reel and the channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. All the above.
And I do answer almost all the comments. I do answer some of the nasty ones once. Jimmy, I give special attention to because
he's our all-time hater.
Yeah. He hates everything, yeah. We never hear from him on a winning week, though. Calls me the Flum Monster. That was funny. We'll see you next week. Good luck. Now, don't forget, keep your notifications on because we will make a bet this week.